Hi, everybody. My name's Terry, and my channel is called Holding Your Space on YouTube. I just wanted to talk about the 7-Eleven portal energy today. So, a lot of us are going through quite a bit, and we're seeing a lot of things happen on the planet right now. The 7-Eleven portal is really important activation time. So if you feel like things are changing pretty quickly, well, they are. Things have sped up, our timelines have sped up. Even the Earth, they say, is moving a little faster. It's rotating a little faster physically as well. So lots of new changes happening with the Earth, and with changes and transformations, you might think of them as many small deaths, right? That each breath is a death and a rebirth. The energy is always in motion and it's always changing. So we think of our hands as being solid, but actually, um, it's atoms in motion that are creating this image. And kind of like you might have heard that we're in a simulation. So, who is this one that is creating this simulation? Well, I think it's us. So, I like the idea of talking about death in this one because when we think of a transformation like death, I was having this conversation yesterday with my daughter at lunch. And if you think about death, like if you were going to die in 24 hours, what is the first thing you'd want to do? Like, what would bring you the most joy? Who would you call and say, I'm sorry? Or who would you call and say, I love you? What's the most important thing for you? I'm sure it wouldn't be to clean your room or vacuum. It wouldn't be to take care of these things that we think are so important. Um, it would be to go outside and look at the sky, probably, to eat that piece of chocolate cake, right? so, so just being aware what is really important to you. Maybe it would be to go within, to pray. So many, many things. And, I'm reminded when my husband was dying, um, talking to my therapist, and she's like, when people get this information, because not everybody does, right? Not everybody finds out that they're going to be leaving the planet. And when you get this information, everybody reacts differently. So just acknowledging each day, what if today was the last day? And sometimes at New Year's, I don't always remember to do this, but I try to. I try to write a note and to people I love and tell them, like, if this was my last day on Earth, or next year was my last year, what would I want to do, and what would I want to say to them, the people that I love? So, and what do you want to let go of in particular? Anyway, so often we think that these things that are so important in this life, which really aren't if you were going to die tomorrow, right? Like, like I said, like vacuuming. Vacuuming's a big deal for me today because my vacuum broke again. Bought a new one and it broke again. So Spirit has really given me opportunities to look at what's important, and evidently it's not vacuuming. So just watching that, looking at the portals of what is important, what do you really care about, and does it really matter? If you don't have this new car, or if you don't have this new purse, or these physical things that we think that matter so much. And if you look at like people that have a lot, like trillionaires, millionaires, right? Billionaires, there's a lot of them on the planet right now. So if you look at them, a lot of times they're not very happy. There's a scarcity mentality. And when we look at the younger generation right now, they don't care about the money as much. They care about the experiences, which is kind of what we're going into, like a community driven society where I believe that we are going to see what really matters is helping each other and being unified. So should be a really interesting move. Also, I wanted to talk about fifth and sixth density. They say we're in 3D density right now, which is a very heavy, dense dimension. It's like the gravitational pull of the earth. We really feel it. We're looking at constructs like having a job and a car, and oh gosh, I have to work 40 hours a week, and then I get 1 week for vacation, right? A year or something, or 2 weeks. And of course, if you're in Europe or Australia, you're getting a month. So just where is our mentality there with that? Is that what we want to do with our lives? Is have this particular job, which you want to pay your bills, right? And you want your family to live in well, and you want to be able to eat. So that's important. But are you doing something that you love? And it could be something you love outside of that. So connecting with the energies of the denseness of 3D and 4D, and ego, right? Judgment. Ego is a lot of judgment sometimes, and it's okay if you're aware that you're judging things. Like a lot of times I'll look at myself and I'll see somebody standing on the street corner, and I'll think, well, I wonder what they're doing, or what's going on here, and I'll think, okay, are you judging this person? And who is this one judging this person? Like, even if I love what they're wearing, right? But still, it's a judgment, and it's okay. So it's just kind of where we're at. It's how we got where we are. The thing is, we really judge ourselves in this density, and that's the hardest part: is thinking that we're not enough, that we have to keep doing this day in and day out, when really we can go out there and we can live those deaths every day and those rebirths every day, and do what really matters to us and is really important to us. So that's part of this 711 portal, is going into spirituality, also going into fifth and sixth density, and dimensions, same thing, right? So the dimension of fifth and sixth is going to be more of a light filled crystalline energy. And it's going to be working with your subtle senses more, not just your five senses, but scientists say we probably have 200 senses. And then we have our subtle senses, like remembering, knowing, our clairs. So all this is coming into being able to manifest and being able to help others, like a unity consciousness. So you still have your own personal consciousness and your own personal freak flag that you want to fly and have fun with, but also your unity consciousness. And that might be why there's so many things happening on the planet right now, right? That we have opportunities to help others, no matter how they voted, no matter what color their skin is, no matter where they're from, no matter their religion or their sexual preference. If somebody's in a flood or an earthquake, we're going to reach out our hand to help them. We don't care about any of that. So just given opportunities. We'll keep being given opportunities until we come into this unified consciousness, I believe. And some people don't. Some people won't, and that's okay. There's no judgment there either on the other side. They're exactly where they're supposed to be, and that's all right. But if you want to fly, if you want to go through that rebirth and that death, and kind of realize what's really important and live your crystalline dreams, like your energy, you'll be able to manifest them. So moving into fifth and sixth density is like holding out your hand and seeing what you have in your hand, and noticing that you've always had it. You've always had this power. It's part of your divine birthright. So it's a crystalline energy grid that goes around the planet. You may have heard of ley lines, and there's ley lines that are within the planet and on the outside. And then in the atmosphere of the planet, there's what's called the light grid. And that light grid is filled with crystalline energy. And people see it in different ways. I see it to be in crystalline energy that kind of is geometric shapes, sacred geometry, you might call it, the flower of life, that kind of thing. So in all different colors. And there are those of us that work on this light grid, and we and there are people from other galaxies, even if you want to go there, galactics that work on this light grid with us. So it's a pulsation. So if you've heard something in your ear lately, or if you've felt your heart tingle or your crown chakra, your hands, even when we're talking about this, there's all sorts of new light that's coming in, and that's crystalline energy. And you've heard about the crystals of Atlantis and Lemuria and whatnot. Those are still on the planet. So there's a lot of inner earth activity happening as well with all this, because is power inside inner earth. And she's evolved. Like, she's so evolved. So we're going to catch up, though. So maybe not to right where she is, but we're all divine, and we all have that within us to be creators as well. So you are your father's child, right? Like Yeshua said. So maybe not exactly, but pretty close. So as we get into that fifth and sixth density that we've been working on, things have sped up. It's not just fifth and sixth, it's getting bigger and bigger. And now it's also seventh density. So this is this portal that we're going through right now. It's a rebirth. It's a new life that we're going into, and a new density, a new dimension. And it's just very, very exciting. So, like I said, you can go in, you can do a meditation and go in and hold out your hand. And I think that's what we'll do. So let's go ahead and go into that. So take 3 deep breaths, inhaling through the nostrils, exhaling through the mouth, letting go of your shoulders as you do so. Your body returns to homeostasis. You might feel your body start to rock wherever you're sitting, laying down. Just being aware. Inhaling again. Transformation, like a death. As you exhale, feel a rebirth. A death and a rebirth with every inhale and exhale. And release that. Just acknowledge what brings you joy right now. If you had 5 minutes or 5 years left on this planet, in this body, what brings you the most joy? What do you love? Ask yourself, who am I? What am I? Ask yourself what you want. Ask yourself, why am I here? And then ask yourself, what am I grateful for? When you go into a state of grace and acknowledge what you're grateful for, feel it raise your vibration, starting to feel the spirit of the Mother, your divine Mother inside you, the earth, feeling her heartbeat underneath you, feeling her power, her crystalline energy, calling in the divine masculine, Father Sky, feeling his starlight, universal light coming through, power and protection, clarity of purpose, of speech, knowing what you want, feeling the divine feminine come in, feeling her energy, her abundance, her creativity, knowing you're always held in this light. You always have been. And feel that divine balance of feminine and masculine in your heart space, spreading throughout your body. Now acknowledging the energy, the ley lines on the planet, the ones that are by you, that might run underneath your house or close by. Sometimes you can walk up to a tree and touch it, and you feel that crystalline energy from the ley lines or from the roots of the tree. Sometimes you look up in the sky and you can see the light coming through, like the light coming through my window on the floor. Looks like a little Buddha down there today. So just understanding, you always have this power, this light. Breathe it in. As you exhale, feel that light absorb into every cell in your body, your physical form. Now going into your auric field and your energy body, your chakras, your emotions, how we see and sense things. Your auric field that goes out maybe a foot, maybe 5 feet around your body. Some people come in with a 10-foot aura, so that's okay. They're right where they're supposed to be. Now acknowledging what's called your light body, like a hologram of crystalline energy that goes around your auric field and your physical form. See yourself glowing. Notice when you move, it moves. Take it for a walk today if you'd like, later on. Just being aware and present of your light. Noticing others on the planet with this light. Waking up, light workers. We all have this light, this power. We always have. Now acknowledging another light above us in the atmosphere of the planet, the light body of the planet. Out in the atmosphere, another light grid, just like the ley lines that go around the planet, but brighter, a different color. And see which part of it you're called to. You might find a space where you fit in just right, acknowledging that this space you've been to perhaps other times. You remember it, you know it. You might see people here or remember people here. Other light workers that come here. Perhaps your star family's here. Acknowledging their energy and how your light fits just right with theirs. Noticing others, maybe from other star systems, working here as well. Many who have come to help us. Now looking down at the planet, seeing different spots of it that need extra light. Perhaps it's places that have wars, that have shadows and clouds. Sending extra light and love there. Places with famine and floods. Perhaps earthquakes or volcanic activity. Pulsating light and love to everyone on the planet. Then let yourself sit back. You deserve it. Looking above you, imagine Seeing the solar system, the planets, the stars, stardust. Seeing lights moving around, looking beyond into the universe, relaxing, surrendering. Just let yourself float here. And looking beyond the universe to the multiverse. Feeling the energy here until you get to the universal energy, the multi-universal energy. Creator, the quantum field, whatever you want to call them. And feel your light connect with their light. Breathe that in. And as you exhale, feel yourself recharged, lightened, lightness of being. And connect here to your divine birthright. Feel yourself cherished. And notice the space in between. Space between light, the gap, the place of the beginning. Now ask yourself, who am I? What do you want? Ask yourself, why am I here? And ask yourself, what am I grateful for? Now allow yourself to float for a minute. Hold your hand out while you're here. Imagine it. Seeing your reflection in the universal light, the multiverse, the gap, the space of infinite potential. And get what you want. What is it? Abundance, peace, new shoes. Maybe it's finding out who we truly are, who you are. And notice your hand, the palm of your hand. Maybe you have someone around you that's helping you, an ancestor, a parent, an angel, an archetype. Now putting your hand to your heart as we start to return to the multiverse and the universe, seeing our planet, noticing the light grid around the planet and the energy pulsating. 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th dimensions. It's moving much faster than anyone thought. You have more power than you ever thought, more light. Coming back to the light grid. Seeing your friends here. Looking down at the earth and seeing many new lights on. Many are awakening, thriving, starting to open their eyes and coming back to where you live or where you are today, seeing your light body, seeing something in your hand, and a loved ones all around you. Seeing your auric field energized and calmed. Seeing your physical body like you slept an additional 4 hours today. Every cell in your physical form is filled with light. Coming back into your body, starting to feel your fingers. You might move them a little bit. Something's still in your hand. Your feet on the floor, wherever you are. Pulling in your energy from the base of your spine to the top of your head. Zipping up your power. Calling spirit in, light in. Moving a little and bringing your hands to your heart space. Saying silently, loving, compassionate heart, joyful, energetic body, quick, alert mind, lightness of being. Breathing in and exhaling. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you feel good. If you're a little dizzy, you can just massage your hands, the back of your hands. Give yourself a hug and move a little bit. Play a little music. Do something you love today. And remember, this is a sacred time on the earth. So we're all changing and we're all right where we're supposed to be. So loving everybody where they're at, and particularly yourself. So my name's Teri. My channel is Holding Your Space. Please come back. I have meditations Monday through Friday, meditation tribe that meets. We hold space for each other, and then we do a meditation at the end of the day or the end of the hour. Sometimes it takes us a while. And I'm planning on doing some more of these meditations on their own. So happy 7/11. It's a great day. We'll see you later. Namaste. My light sees your light.